All right, all right. Hello, everybody. All right, as people are joining in, make sure that you are putting in your questions in the Q&A. Let us know where you're coming from. Let us know where you're viewing from. We're doing this for you guys. So my name is Victor Pena with OmniPrint International. For those of you that don't know who I am, this is Edgar Pena. I'm going to call him the Mask King right now. And I also have Serge back there, Sergio. He's handling all the techie stuff with this webinar. So we had almost about 500 people register. The main goal today for you guys is I want to make sure that, I'm doing what I can, and my mission is to motivate you guys to get really out there and to take action and look at opportunities wherever they may come. And today, what we're going to talk about is everything that has to do with these face masks. So the opportunity right now is that as businesses start opening up, and even now, if you're trying to go anywhere, a lot of the locations are trying to have you wear masks. Where does that put you guys? And that's why I want to make sure that you guys are getting open-minded and talking about how that's going to help you improve your business, help your community, give access to this product. And I can tell you right now, from dealing with this for over a month already, we have become pseudo experts on the mask game. Everything from development of the masks, from sales, retail to wholesale. We've been working on masks so our customers can print on them. The main idea that I had is that I want to motivate you guys, right? So if customers are not ordering your original or your normal products, then I want you guys to think about what they are ordering. They are ordering masks, and they are ordering thousands of them. So that means that it's an opportunity for you to not only help your local marketplace, but help your business thrive in the meantime. So what we're going to go over today, and I want to make this as short as possible, so pay attention, stay till the end, because we're going to deliver actionable value. At the end, I have a whole bunch of free stuff that we're giving out ourselves. We even have a customer that is really doing a lot when it comes to mass selling, and he wants to share whatever he can to help you guys get motivated and start doing it on your own. Also, if you guys are watching live, if you guys are on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, make sure you like our stuff, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff, wherever this might be. Yeah, that's right. I'll wait for you guys to do that, because it helps the algorithm, and it does all this stuff to help people find our videos. So please do that. We're doing a lot more videos to help you guys. So make sure you're submitting your questions to the Q&A, and make sure that you guys are sharing and liking. So first off, I wanted to show you guys a couple of different masks, right? So this opportunity is, I want to make sure that you guys are taking advantage of the corporate and the printed masks. So this is what one looks like, right? So this is 2 layers of cotton that is flat, all right? So this is how it goes. It works real nice. So the main thing is that, how do you get access to them? How do you price them? How do you market them in your local business, right? So number one, the access to masks. So we've been working super hard on supply. We've been working super hard on making sure the quality of the product is there. So we're going to help you guys. We're going to put links on where you can get masks. We're going to have crazy free offers for masks and supplies and templates so that you can print on. So we'll be offering that to you guys at the end. But without further ado, I wanted to talk to Edgar. Edgar, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you found out when it comes to working on these masks, and when it comes to how our customers can produce them on their printers or on sublimations.
Yeah, definitely. So like Vic said, my name is Edgar. I actually did printing for over 10 years, commercial printing, dealt with brokers, did printing for Coca-Cola, Uber, all the big guys, all the way down to your designers, your walk-ins and so forth. So this was kind of an interesting project developing this, because I took all that into consideration with doing this, because this hasn't been the first time, at least for myself, that I've had to come out with a new product that I had to kind of set myself apart. So the main thing I took into account with this is competing with people that are going to be doing screen printing, sublimation, dealing with brokers. The main thing was developing a product that's going to be very unique, because from my experience with dealing, let's say, with the distributors, the ones that have the accounts with Chipotle, Coca-Cola, and all those guys, They really, for the most part, aren't too familiar with decoration methods. Their main thing is what does it look like, how much does it cost, and how they can set themselves apart from their competition. So something like this, where you're doing an all-over print, you're gonna allow yourself to be ahead of, the screen printers because they're gonna be, limited to just being able to do a couple colors, and so forth. You're also gonna be being able to compete against the individuals that are doing sublimation. So you have the versatility of dealing with 100% polyester, 50-50, 100% cotton, all these different blends, specifically for this one that's 100% cotton. So that's the main thing. And then also on the production side, I helped develop something that was very easy to do because in the past I've done crazy things like this, but the setup was intense. So then when it came down to, training someone on how to do it, it's like a mission. And then
Yeah.
it's like you have to be there babysitting it. It's specifically for DTG when it comes to for the printers. You want to make sure you have a nice, easy setup, something that you can duplicate. That's the main things that we did right here. Something
So what are you like? What first think about the end in mind on who you're going to offer it to.
Exactly.
What are you going to offer, and what are the quantities you're going to offer, right? So this is the thing. The thing about mass right now is that the availability is super important. So make sure that you have access to a reliable USA source for mass, right? So that you can make sure that you have them available. So, and number two is, who is your customer that you're going after? What are you going to price them? Look at the competition in your area. What are mass prices? Right now they're all over the place, but what I can tell you is that the number one and most important thing right now about mass is availability, right? So people will give you, if you have mass available and you can put their logo on it and you can deliver it in a reasonable amount of time, which is super fast, then you got the deal, right? So you don't have to have the cheapest priced product. That's super important to think about.
Even with this mentioning price, like I took the production cost into consideration because the time and the cost that it takes to do a simple logo like this is literally going to be the same amount of time and cost that it takes to do an all over. So my main end goal was like, how can you do something unique where the cost is going to be relatively small, that everybody else is going to be doing, and you're able to do something more unique.
Yeah.
And definitely the made in the USA is a big thing. And then when it comes to competition, like you were saying, like a key thing right now that I've done in the past is turn your competitors into your allies and to your customers. Right now there's going to be a lot of screen printers, a lot of individuals that do sublimation where they have customers where their customers might want something like this, but they don't have access to it. So, this is where you use those relationships to your advantage. And if you don't have any relationships, go on Google, type in screen printers, and boom, you're gonna see them all over. They're like literally all over the place.
So,
where you
so
can
if
go.
if you're working from home, if you have a digital printer, the main thing is that put an offer up so that you can get out there and start selling to your customers, right? What can you sell something like this for? If I'm a decorator and I'm looking to sell it to the dentist office and I'm looking to sell it to the restaurants.
Yeah, definitely.
What can I sell it for?
So there's three different tiers. One is going to be like your brokers and your distributors. So I took all the different tiers into consideration. Like when we were working and developing this, we had to develop something that would allow the customers to be able to hit all those three different levels on production costs. So, when you're dealing with your distributors, you can easily sell these for, $5 to $6 because then they're going to sell it to like a restaurant or a dentist. They're going to sell them from anywhere from $8 to $10.
Yeah.
If you go online, you're going to see them for like $15 to $30 for the real custom, designs like this. So it definitely gives you a lot of, padding to play with all those different
Okay,
areas.
so basically, if you're going to sell retail to your local community, then, $8, $10, $12 is a fair price for a USA-made double layer, cotton mass that has something custom on it. If you're going to sell to a reseller, maybe around $6 you can do, all right? Because there's the thing, this is just starting, guys, so we're not used to this. I don't know if you guys know, but we also have an office in Korea, I would say for maybe 13, 14 years, and face masks are staples in other countries, right? Just to do this kind of thing to prevent spread. In the US, we didn't typically like it, but at the same time, it's something that's going to keep growing, and it's something that all your service-based businesses are going to need. So make sure that you're prepared with an offer, and you're prepared with somewhere for people to buy, and that you're prepared with pricing. right? So that's super important. So make sure you have proper pricing, make sure that you have the products available. Don't try to sell something if you don't have it and then try to look for it, because that's what everybody's doing right now, because it's super tough to get access to blank masks for the last month or so.
That's really key from a production standpoint of view. Is you definitely want to be fully stocked up. You want to, if the main thing right now is face masks, make sure you stock up on face masks to have enough, because specifically for USA made, these are in high demand right now.
All right, all right. My next step is, where are people buying these masks, right? I've been saying, and even in our Creators Boardroom Conference, one of the bigger things is e-commerce and marketing, right? So we've seen over a 400% growth in our e-commerce business during this whole pandemic situation. It means that people are more comfortable shopping online, especially for a mask. So make sure that you guys have a proper way for people to go buy them easily. Make sure you're up on a website. If you don't have a platform, message us and we'll help you get set up with that, so that you could have the offer, the price, and somewhere to send people online so they can come and pay you, right? So Sergio, you have any questions that are coming in, let me know. And then once you have Robert on, let me know, so that we can ask him some questions. He could help answer some of the questions.
While he's bringing them in, one thing I wanted to also emphasize from the research that I've been doing, because I've come across different situations where people will be like, oh, your prices might be a little bit too high, or so forth. That's where you have to have your key things that set you aside, which is some of the things we've talked about is USA made and so forth. But the big thing right now is the turnaround time. With this type of printing and the setups, you're able to turn product fairly quickly, because on Amazon you have 2 to 3 week turnaround time. So
Yeah.
people are waiting weeks.
And
so
where are those masks coming from?
they're coming from China and overseas.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody says somebody is willing to do this mask for $1, then let them go find it, right? Because that means it's either not available, it's not from a reliable source. So that's the main thing. So we have, so you have Robert in?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear. Hey, Robert, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Great, great. Thank you so much for being in our webinar today. The main thing is to motivate people to go out there and seek the opportunity during this chaos. And I noticed that you're doing just that. So I wanted to if you could just introduce yourself and your business and what do you do, and then we'll ask you some questions.
No problem. My name is Robert Quiroz. I'm the owner and operator of 5150 Brand, which is a clothing line. But what we also do in the city of Oxnard, we have a full-blown printing shop.
Nice. So you do you have your own e-commerce clothing line, and you also print for others.
Absolutely.
Today, Robert, we're talking to our audience about masks and seeking the opportunity to help their communities, and also make sure you have the product available for your customers. If you have a couple hints about masks and what you're doing to share with people, so that they can kind of see what others are doing and kind of get motivated, what's some tips you can give people?
I think you guys have done a great job sharing some pointers. I'll start out with some of the ones re-emphasize on what you guys said earlier. You guys got to make sure that if you guys state you guys have the inventory, you guys do have the physical inventory on hand. I've encountered other counterparts that have stated they have it and they scramble last minute to try to find it. And that just creates chaos because they fall short. Then you're explaining to the customer you weren't able to get it. There's going to be a delay. And then also too, I think that when we seek out masks, I think we need to do our homework and make sure we're acquiring them from reliable sources, right? Because I've had also stories where people order masks online and they take anywhere from 6 weeks to 12 weeks for them to come in.
So the main thing is, if this is no different, guys, you have to think about your brand, right? If you're saying that you have something just to get an order and you don't have it and you got to scramble, you're damaging your reputation of your brand, and you're causing chaos in your business, right? So make sure, that's a great point, that you have it available and have it available to ship, because price doesn't exist when you have something quality and you have it available now and that somebody needs it now. So that's a great point, Robert.
And I think another thing too that we talked about earlier, there's there's a lot of ways, to, I think, dress up a mask. We talked about DTG. We talked about silk screening. There's a lot of different methods. I think what I do is I try to qualify the customer and offer them options. I think all of us as customers, we want to see different, you know, uh, different examples. I know what I get asked a lot, can you do a mock-up? I think people are visual. I think if you're able to do that, if you're, you know, good with Illustrator, it takes a couple minutes to put something together and send it to them, let them see it. And I think that that's a great selling tool, and that's what I do.
Have you been getting more of a praise or more of haters out there? Because we got to talk about that, guys, because we're selling like hundreds of thousands of masks, and we got mostly praise, and we also get some haters out there. So love you haters, but
You know what, Vic? Some of the feedback that I've been getting is that I think, again, we touched on it earlier, us being able to physically get the product, and I see a lot of people scrambling and not really, I think they taking the time to reach out to a reliable source, or I think they're trying to cut corners and trying to save on expenses. And I think we need to really utilize our resources, right? We've been in this business for a while. Who can we reach out to when we talk about blank apparel? There's a million companies, and I think what we need to do is write down a list, make the phone call and find out what their status is. I think that's more important. That's what I did. I was able to get some straight answers, and I was able to get some where we don't know when they're going to come in.
yeah, exactly. So that's one of the things that we've been working hard. Some of our customers are asking if they can use their printers to decorate the mask. And so stick around, guys, because Edgar is going to show you how to print on the mask. So one of the main things that we did is to make sure that we can offer you guys a solution to be able to print masks with the equipment that you already have with your printers, the DTG printers, and also how do we get stuff to your hands in the best amount of time, the quickest time. We've created a solution, right? We created obviously not only the mask blank, we created a template to help you guys. We created the Photoshop file, a nice how-to video that Sergio did to help you guys go through and print. So a lot of this stuff, I'm gonna give it to you guys for free. So just stay tuned. First, I'm gonna show you guys how to price, what to do, I'll show you guys where to get the stuff.
One thing that Robert just mentioned that kind of gave me, traumatic flashbacks is, talking about customers wanting, mock-ups in Illustrator, so forth. So, especially right now, I've had a lot of experience being like a one-man band and then growing to, managing different individuals. But when it's just you and yourself and you're having to do, printing and customer service and so forth, it's very important, especially nowadays, to have a web-based system that manages your workflow. So then now, literally, when we transition into something like that, when your customers want a proof, you just redirect them. Yeah, go to my website, pick the face mask, upload your design. You're able to see exactly how it looks like.
Yeah.
Because the last thing that you want to do if you're the one, printing and so forth is spending, a lot of free art time for somebody that might want, a couple masks versus just go to my website, check it out that way.
So that's the main thing. Have somewhere for your customers to go by. So Robert, you have a website, right?
Absolutely. And it's, if I might be able to plug it in.
Yeah, plug it.
So it's 5150brand.com, FIFTY150.com. And there we have a print section where you can, get some quotes. You can check out what we're doing. And I think more important, Vic, than anything is that we can't be afraid to reach out to others that might have the answer. We need to, among what we do, I think it's a cool brotherhood in the printing industry that, I might not have all the answers. I like to learn from different people, and I think that that's how we get ahead. I might be able to have some, some information that I'm, might be able to share and help others. And I think that what you're doing, taking the initiative to, let the OmniPrint users know that there's ways that machine. I mean, we've been on that machine making T-shirts when they say it's supposed to be a downtime. Now we're excited for that attachment because we are gonna roll out the full-blown printing on the masks.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the thing, guys. I know, for example, I know Robert, I've been hassling you at the beginning to set up a website and get stuff ordered or get stuff up so that people can order from you. And are you glad you set something up?
Absolutely. I think that that was key. And I know that, it's one of those things, guys, that we like to focus on the easy things, right? I think some of us sometimes shy away from the things that sometimes, their opportunity, but knowing that those are the ones that are going to make the bigger impact in your business. We followed up, we fixed it when Vic said it was broken, and it's working, guys. I mean, and then also too, I think another thing too, take advantage. Just because we're going through this, downtime, it doesn't mean we don't celebrate mom. I think what my designer did, the Happy Mother's Day mask has been doing great, and I
Yeah,
think it just takes the initiative to want to do something.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And look at the opportunity to go out there and if remember, product market fit is super important. It's a term that just means that what your customer is out buying, get in front of them and provide them this product, right? So that means that the mask is what people are out there looking for, not a t-shirt right now or a hoodie, especially because it's super hot. The idea is offer them the mask instead of a shirt and keep your business going and really expand that. So don't just be at home watching Netflix waiting for your shop to open. Put stuff online and start selling. That's an important part.
Yeah, especially right now when you have more of a captive audience, even with these types of masks, like Vic was mentioning about, these businesses getting ready to open up. Like I've been going to like, Target and these different, places, and I see that, they have masks, and I see that they still haven't, transitioned over to branded masks, which is not going to take them that long
Yeah.
to transition over to that. So right now is a good time where, if you're at home, reach out to your local businesses, especially if, you notice that they're a good size. This is where you can print out a sample, ship it out to them. It might cost you, $5 to make
Yeah.
it, but, you're trying to get that ongoing, revenue because, once businesses open up, even if like, let's say things get a lot better, if I was to go to Chipotle and if I don't see people with a mask,
Yeah.
it's going to be a little weird,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. So let them know that you have it right now and make sure you're there when they call you for that order, right? Or when they respond to your ad. Let me talk a little bit about, Sergio, it looks like people are asking where they can get masks. Do you want to post that link where people can get masks? I created a special bundle for you guys that is password protected, and Sergio is going to paste it right now. And the code, Sergio, is 552020 for May 5th, 2020. Basically, what you get is you just pick whatever bundle of masks, and I think I made it super straightforward just to get you guys motivated to get stuff done. There's bundles of 100 and 250. The price I think is $3 a mask, which is crazy competitive for a USA mask. And what we're also going to do is I had the guys. I'll show you guys some right here. I had the guys laser cut some specific templates that Edgar is going to show you how the mask can be printed with your printers. They could be used with the mask. If you have a printer that's not ours, just maybe check with them to see how it moves and all that. We designed our stuff for ours. I'm going to throw in the template for free so that you can just use it. Don't mess up your printer, don't mess up your print head. We're also going to throw in the video and the template file so that you can use. So Sergio's posting that on the comments, and the code is 552020. We're going to have it live for the webinar right now. Just to give you an idea, I think people were posting, but we're selling the mask for $720, and for our customers that are on the webinar, we're doing the packs for $3 so that to motivate you guys to do stuff and to get these things done, and throw in the freebies that'll help you do it properly and safely so you can get it set up. So I'll give you some examples. This one's just a all over print. This one is like a logo type mask. Make sure that you guys follow the link. Any issues, let Sergio know. Everything that goes wrong is his fault. Remember that, not mine or Edgar's.
Hashtag fertile Sergio.
Robert, are you still there?
Yes, I am, Vic.
Sorry, Robert. A lot of people were asking where they can get the mask and all that stuff, so we're giving it to them there.
Yeah, definitely. Just plug them in. The info I forwarded to you, and we should be good.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Robert. Where can people follow you online on Instagram so that they could like your stuff and see what you're doing with your masks?
At 5150 Brand on Instagram and on Facebook, 5150 Brand.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for your feedback and helping us share with everybody. Robert, we'll chat with you soon, buddy.
Thank you. Have a great day, Vic, and thank you for having me on.
No problem. Thank you. All right. What questions do you have on there that we can help people with right now, Serge?
So, one question that we have here is, do you recommend to embroider on the masks, or do you not recommend it because it might be too pricey?
So, you know, one thing that I always like to do is have some different offers, right? But right now, you want to have the product first and then set up different pricing and give somebody the options. Obviously, embroidery is going to take a while, but you know,
Not to cut you off, but on the production side with embroidery, you know, you have to digitize the file.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
the main thing is that, you know, when you're embroidering, if you have a machine, you know, for the most part, you're gonna have the inside portion, so that, you know, when the customer is getting, you know, I'm not sure if, you know, you have you know, embroidered stuff. When you look on the inside, it has the paper that the threading
Yeah.
holds onto.
Yeah, that's true.
So when your customers get that, it's gonna be right there, and it's gonna be on their face.
Yeah.
Unless, you know, you're doing like complicated cut and sew type deal. But you can definitely do it. But
Yeah, just think about how difficult would it be for you to offer the service and then just charge accordingly, you know? Right now, in my opinion, just having them available to your local marketplace is good enough, and then you could start expanding onto how you decorate them. And you know what? If you just have an embroidery machine, that's all you can offer, then offer that or offer them blank, you know? One of the things I wanted to mention to you guys is that maybe our masks, we ended up manufacturing so they could have a filter pocket and having the filters available for people to get. But maybe if they can load that side, you know, with the opening and the embroidery machine, they can embroider at least on that.
that'll be a clean little logo. Yeah.
That was a good question.
Another one we have is, how long will this deal be offered for?
We're just planning to offer it right here for the webinar, guys. We did a huge batch of these, especially for this event. So we're offering it. We're trying to keep the cost as low as possible. As you guys know, we're not a huge mill, but we're focused on, you know, giving you guys the solutions that you want. So that's why the code is there, you know, 552020 on that link. It'll be available for this whole webinar, and then we'll figure out later if Jasmine allows me, because she doesn't like me doing stuff that when we lose money. So
You're killing me, Larry.
yeah, you're killing me, Larry. But yeah, at least it's available now, so make sure you act on there. The number one thing you need to do is make sure you have the product available to sell. If you don't have it available to sell, then there's no point in figuring out how to decorate it. So
Yeah.
okay, so Edgar's going to show you guys exactly how to print it with the printer and the template that you're getting. So go ahead, Edgar. Let's do it. All right, guys. So while Edgar's getting set up, Sergio, patch him into that camera, right? All right. So maybe you could start off which platen you're using.
For this particular one, we have the infant platen. You know, it's about
For the pocket infant, yeah.
Pocket infant. It's about 6 inches by 6.5. So this is going to be the easiest way to do it when you're doing just like, you know, lower quantities and so forth. You could always set up, you know, the larger plan. You can do up to three at a time when you're doing larger quantities. But this one's ideal because, you know, this is the jig that we have. The easiest step, you know, to printing this, what I do is, you know, you just print your basic outline right here, and then the Photoshop file that we have, it's already configured for this. So you literally just drop in your artwork, and it already has it on the background. So you're not gonna be doing this, you know, this printing for each individual design. This is just for you to see where it's gonna fall.
Yeah, just basically you want to print your template there.
Exactly. So now once you have that, you just get your jig, you put it on there, and then for the masks, you know, they fit literally side to side. You know, somebody was asking about, you know, perfectly printing without the straps printing. So once it's on here, you know, I just leave it on there and, you know, set it.
So you don't tuck it, you don't tape it, you don't do any of that stuff.
No, like you don't have to tuck it, tape it, or anything like that. And that's the main thing with the jig. And also the advantage with the settings is that, you know, I like to put it on medium large style, which, you know, means you can just print a little bit further away.
Yeah.
And you could even use like large stock to print even, you know, further away. So once you're set like that, you know, you can just send it forward.
And plus, if you guys want advanced printing techniques and methods, you can always call Edgar on his personal cell phone all day and all night too. So remember that.
Yeah, you'll get familiar with my voicemail.
All right,
just
so you're laying it out, and then how do you?
Yeah, and I'm gonna show like the more basic way, like especially when you're training someone, like because once you have it set up and you get more comfortable with it, yeah, you can just like you have them right here already pre-pressed, ready to roll, and then you don't even have to worry about printing them and then taking one by one. What I found out, with this type of ink, you can literally put them on the side, and as you're printing the next one, it dries enough where you can just keep printing them and you stack them, and then you can like go lay them out on your heat press versus going one by one.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you don't stack them up wet and then like press them down, you can do that and they'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Test the amount of ink, guys. I would rather have you guys put them on the heat press, from the machine to the press. Make sure you don't get any staining.
Yeah, and then once you get more familiar with the printing and you get more comfortable with it, makes it a lot easier. So it makes it super easy, just for putting it on there. And if it's your first time, printing it, definitely make sure you adjust the laser. And then since I have it where I can print a little bit further away, once the laser stops, I just give it that extra little click down.
So our print engine moves over the product, guys. So if you have a different printer where the base is moving, double check, make sure you don't ruin your print head. Ours is more kind of tuned in to be able to do that. So just make sure that you guys are careful with your print head with any printer.
Yeah, especially if, when you're doing printing and doing something else, once it starts printing, you can go, do something else. So, yeah. When I was printing, by myself and doing stuff like that, I would always multitask. So like when this was printing right here, I'd be getting back to, customers, emailing them, getting more ready, stuff like that.
Selling more, printing your orders.
So once you have the, the jig, you can quickly, as one of them's printing, you can be on the rip, setting up the next file so that you just literally like don't really have any downtime. You're just going one right after the next.
So this makes it easy for somebody to sell to their local dentist, their doctor, maybe a group of mailmen, whatever, so that they could have a customized mask. They could do 5, 10, 15, 20, 100, and just process them and order them or print them efficiently. So that's what we wanted to show you guys, to make sure that you guys can really benefit from offering this to your local market. And that was pretty much it. So that's not that difficult. So you got a nice print. It wasn't that difficult to set up. There's no ink all over the place. So that's what you want to do, guys. And just feel free to always reach out. We're gonna post some more of these how-to videos too as we go along. We'll go back to answering a couple things for you guys on that. And then remember, guys, in the Q&A, let us know your questions. We'll help you with them right now live. If you guys there on Zoom, if you want to do a live call-in, do that too. Just put it on the chat, and then we'll do that.
And that's how you get the nice clean when it's edge to edge, and you set it up like that one right there. Like this one was printed one take, because you definitely, when it comes to printing, if you don't have the right setup, you're gonna find yourself ruining your product, right? Yeah. So you definitely want to make sure it's nice and easy to set up. So then, if you're gonna be training, whoever's staying at home with you, this is where you get family members to cooperate and join and print. Get some of that those kids to be printing.
So this one was a full print with some logos. So that's another one that you could do on the printer. Right now, it's super important to post your stuff on social media, let people know what you have, make sure you market. While Sergio's pulling up the next Q&A, I want to talk about marketing and where you would market this. So right now, you have to do a lot of grassroots contacting your customer base and letting them know that you have this product available for them. Number 2, it's super difficult to advertise any sort of mask and COVID-19 related products. We've had ads knocked down the whole time. So remember that if you can't rely on ads right now, you have to rely on email blasts. You have to rely on letting everybody know. Post on your organic social media. Try boosting those. Those are good methods to let people around you know what you have, because promotion will be super important. If the shops are opening up and they don't know that you're available with this product, then they can't order from you, right? So it sounds super simple, but a lot of people don't know that you're open, right? And that's the biggest problem right now. Let people know that you're available to take orders. Post the samples, all that stuff, and that's super important. So what we do here, we do a lot of giving, but one thing that we're doing for our local areas, we're sponsoring small businesses or restaurants, that kind of stuff, to help them through these times. And the number one thing that I found is that they're not communicating to their customers in their area that they're available for orders. So that means their business is suffering a lot, right? So that can go straight into you guys too, that you can make sure that you're letting people know where they can order, that you're open, and that you're ready to help them with this product or any other product, right? So what do you got, Serge?
All right, so some of the questions we got in here is, if you don't have the infant or chest platen, can you still print on masks?
Yeah, so the acrylic template that we're including with the kit, it raises up the mask surface, so you could put it on your regular adult platen, just center it the same way, and then it'll help you. Just make sure you set the height. Maybe Edgar, you can, printing side of things.
Yeah, the way that you would do that one is, just put like a, regular white t-shirt on there, just print your design on there. And then typically what I do, like once I print the design with the t-shirt on the platen, the advantage with this printer is that you can take the platen off, and I just kind of put it on the heat press to, dry it a little, and then you can just put it on there, and then you put it back on the printer, and then you just set your jig, right on top of that.
Got it.
And then
All right,
you can dial in the size.
So if you have smaller platens or bigger platens, you could do it too, but it just makes it easier on that one.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier on that one. But then if you have these larger orders, typically what I would do is that I would put up to 3 on one of the platens, and then just do that.
Okay.
So it's not difficult.
Okay. So the video tutorial shows the adult platen too, so you can do that, and then we'll publish this one so you can see how that was set up too. Mm-hmm. That's a good question. What else do you got, Serge?
Next one is pre-treatment required for the mask? If you're putting DTG on them.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So pre-treatment, similar on masks than it is on shirts. It's not mandatory, but they pop and they're brighter. How did you do these? You pre-treat them all in advance?
Yeah, all these were pre-treated. If some of you guys have little ovens, you can use your ovens. If some of you guys do DTG and screen printing, you can just pre-treat them and throw them through your oven. If you just have the heat press, just put a little bit of the light pre-treatment on there and just heat press it. Or you don't even pre-treat them all together, because vintage is cool now. Everybody likes the old vintage look, so it just depends on your market.
Like these are just straight 100% cotton, so you're gonna print them and process them the same way. Mm-hmm. All right, what do you got? What's next, Serge?
So next would be, I don't have a DTG printer. Can I use heat transfers for printing designs on this face mask?
Yeah, you can. So the main thing is I'm trying to motivate you to have an offer and have something available for your market, right? So if you don't have a printer, just think about what method do you have, right? So if you want to do a screen print, I think it's a little bit more difficult to do an all-over print on there, but experienced screen printers can print about anything, right? So
except seams.
Yeah,
so that's
true.
why this is cool. Like if you don't have a DTG printer, I would recommend you search for someone in your area that does.
That's if you want to do the seam, right? If you have a logo or something, you can transfer it.
Exactly.
Or you can screen print it, or you can do.
Yeah, the advantage with these masks is that they don't have the seam, and then if whoever does heat transfer, for the most part, they're familiar with the little pillow that goes on your press that allows the seams to flatten. So these would actually be perfect if all you're doing is heat transfers or so forth, because you're not dealing with any seams and so forth. So these would be ideal for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. So use any decoration method as long as you could provide a quality product that gets that customer to come back for other stuff when you're open. So don't just offer it to offer it if you don't have the skill yet. Practice it and then do the offer.
Next question would be, do we have any white polyester masks for sublimation?
So we are launching some other products soon once they're available. So the main goal is to have these masks available for sublimation, for DTG, and a lot of different decoration methods. So we are working on that. Right now, all that is available is the black and white mask out of 100% cotton. Remember, our number one thing was sell what you have available. So when we have available, you guys will be the first to know. But yeah, we are working on them. They also have the filter pocket, 2 layers, all that stuff. So they're almost out.
This next is a question for Edgar. Someone who prints DTG asked, is there any concerns about the masks smelling like pre-treatment or ink if you pre-treat them and print them that way?
No, actually all these were pre-treated, so like I can't really.
Yeah, and also for example, if you're doing it in the oven or the heat press, the temperatures are super high in there when it's curing, so that's getting rid of anything. And plus these inks are eco-friendly. The products are eco-friendly, so there's really no issues or warnings chemical-wise that need to be on there.
Yeah, and when you're doing the white ones, you're putting a light coat of them, so it's not like you're printing on like a black T-shirt where you have to lay down a heavy, so it makes it a lot easier when you're doing the white.
So you're doing a light pre-treat pretty much on these too.
Yeah, and that's the main reason for the goal of developing that, because when you just have a white mask and all you're able to do is a simple logo, you're gonna have customers that they want a dark background and so forth. So then what you're gonna on the production side, and that's kind of thinking ahead of those problems our customers were gonna have. So your only option is gonna be you get a black mask. Now you have to use the heavier pre-treatment, and you're laying down white and so forth. So this allows you to achieve all that with a little bit of pre-treatment, so you're not like having that extra heavy smell.
Cool, that's a good question.
Masks need to be washed regularly using hot water for hygienic reasons. Will the DTG ink stay after such washing?
Yeah, so we do tons of QC and R&D in our inks when it comes to washing. So yeah, you could wash just like a shirt. They'll stay bright, and so you're not going to have any problems there.
And that's where the pre-treating them comes in handy.
Yep, pre-treating helps as well. If you don't have our printers and our inks, I can't speak for those. So just check with whoever you buy your inks from.
Next question. I have one here. Can you use the dual chest platen or the adult platen to print multiples?
Yeah, you can.
You can use whatever you want, as long as you're within the 12 by 18 area. Like if you have the dual platen, the big platen, because once you get the Photoshop file for the setup, you can set up multiple files within that template. Put a white shirt on the platen, do your test print. You do 3 or 4, however many fit on there, and then you just place them on there. The key thing is the jig. Even though you're dealing with the side seams, the jig is gonna raise that surface, where then this is out of the way.
So that's one of the things. One of the main reasons why I wanted to include the jig for free, guys, is that I want it to be as easy as possible, right? So we want to raise the print surface area so that it's easy to print and you're not damaging any of your printers. So processing this and printing these are super important for you to get them out, right? If somebody wants them right away, make sure that I don't want you to ruin your printer printing them, right? So that's one of the reasons why including it for free in this bundle.
Yeah, and when you're pre-treating, not only are you getting a brighter print quality, but you're also flattening the surface and even the sides, which makes it a lot easier when you're just placing them on there, because that's one thing for production that you don't want to have to be constantly taping and doing all these extra things. You just want to keep
If you have to tape the mask, then get a different mask. So we manufacture printers, we're printers, our masks are designed to be able to print on. So if you have those masks with the seam in the middle and then they balloon out that way, it's going to be tougher to print on those, right? Or you might just need to just print on one side only, right? These you can print the whole thing, so that's why it's important if you want to print an all over print or any type of print that the mask, whatever you get, ends up being flat, right? This developed for printing people to motivate you guys. The main reason why I even got into this whole mask frenzy is to give you guys something to print on, and motivate you guys to get out there in your marketplace and make some money. So that was the main reason, because it's been an interesting ride. I gotta tell you guys that, that's for sure. And again, if you guys are on social media, make sure you subscribe, like, comment. It helps all those the computer algorithms, you know, share our videos. So, and share them to your friends, even share them to your competitors, so that they can, you know, get some of our products as well. What else you got, Sergio?
And if you can just, for anyone who's joining in right now, can you clarify what the deal is one more time?
Yeah, so
Pasted it in the chat as well.
So you paste it in the chat. So basically what we're offering, the deal today, guys, for this webinar, whatever pack of masks you choose, you could see on the page, basically the mask can be as cheap as $3 a mask. And that's a huge deal for a USA cotton-based mask. And also it includes a template that you can use, an acrylic template that we manufacturing here that you can use to set your mask on top and print easily. Includes a how-to video that Sergio made to show you guys how to print it. It includes the you know, the artwork file, so you guys can lay it out and make it easy for you guys. So all of that bundle comes free when you purchase from that secret link. So Sergio's posting the link there on there, and the code is 552020 for May 5th, 2020, and it's by access code. So go in there and, you know, order your mask and make sure that you're going to offer them in your local marketplace, that you have them available. So we work super hard to not have these crazy minimums where you can make sure you just have enough. Remember, the whole country is about to reopen in certain stages, right? The caveat here is that there are restrictions as to how you can enter, you know, restaurants. Everybody that's out has to wear a mask. So you guys have the opportunity to offer the custom mask, to offer blank masks, and help your community out there. And we're here to help you guys push forward through this whole thing with solutions that help you do that. So that's the offer. You know, if it'll benefit you guys, put stuff in the comments, share, like. I think that's all I got for now. If you don't have any other Q&A questions, Serge. Yeah.
That came in through Facebook. I think Edgar will be able to answer this best. If someone's asking for advice once they start offering these masks and printing on them, what advice do you offer on how to price them on just a simple one color design versus a full print design?
Like are we talking about direct to garment? Because like if you're doing direct to garment on, like, let's say a specific area, it's literally going to cost you about the same to do this as it is this, and that's the main reason.
You mean in inks or in
just
production?
Just in your process, your time, and so forth. So
Yeah.
it's like that's the main reason. Like we developed this is to allow you to compete. But I mean, yeah, you are gonna have those customers that they just want a nice white, clean, simple logo. So you know, if you're dealing with retail businesses, you know, your dentists and so forth, you know, I'm thinking anywhere from $8 to $10 for them. Online, you're gonna see them $15 to $30.
Yeah, because they're including shipping, right, and those kind of
Yeah,
things.
exactly. And then
For one mask. Yeah.
yeah, and then for your brokers and so forth, you're gonna be more like around 5 to 6, you know, the dollar range. So it's gonna, you know, you're gonna be making about $1, and you're thinking, man, a dollar is not that much, but you're talking about the brokers that are buying thousands of masks on a weekly basis,
Yeah.
and you just push them out.
What I can tell you guys is process is important, and pricing, you don't want to be thinking about pricing. So I'd rather have you guys spend a couple hours just coming up with a price list that you're comfortable with, you know, given the recommendations of $10 to $12 retail, 6 wholesale, 7. Be comfortable with what pricing and what breaks you give people on quantity. That way you can focus on promotion, you can focus on actually getting them out there versus, oh, you know what am I quoting this customer? What am I quoting? That's why having an online platform is super important to put it up there, because it forces you to price things before you can launch them, right? So
yeah, and
important.
when it comes to pricing, I would recommend you have like just set pricing, one price for everything, because like something that I found myself in the past is like when I would make my price list, like prices, you know, one piece, 2 to 8, 8 to 24, 24. So it's like all these little things, and then not only that, when you're like you're the person doing everything yourself. Now you'll have customers like, hey, can you give me a quote for 1 to 1,000,000 masks and do all your different scenarios, and then you know spend all this time, and then they're like, oh yeah, can I just get 2 samples?
Yeah.
You know, so that way you just want to set one structure, one price, go on my website, check it out, and you know keep it super simple. And I would recommend, you know, if you're primarily selling to retail, go online, put yourself in the customer's shoes, like you're searching for masks, and your main thing is like searching for USA made and so forth. So
Yeah.
you know, if you pretend you're the customer, you're gonna see what they're gonna see, and you know that's how you price yourself.
Yeah, yeah, and then you're offering value, right? The number one value is that you have a quality mask. Number 2 value is that you have it available for them to purchase in your local marketplace. That's super important. You know, your skill of putting their logo on it and helping them promote while they keep the staff safe, right? So it's going to be a thing, guys. It's going to be a thing for a long time. So make sure that you guys have this product available. We'll help you with questions. Like I said, we're becoming mask experts as well as DTG experts. It's all because I wanted you guys to have a product to go out there and dominate with. So feel free to reach out to us. You can reach us at our website too, omniprintonline.com, social media at OmniPrint International. And Sergio, you have any other ones that you want me to hop on?
Like one last thing that I would add is
Yeah.
like, you know, if you have basic stock of masks, and you know you're gonna be promoting yourself on there, you know, basically what people are searching, like I would put on my, you know, what I'm offering is like receive it within 5 to 7 days guaranteed, something like that, because then, you know, if I'm a customer browsing, receive it within 5 to 7 days guaranteed.
Yeah.
And the only way you can do that is if you have a fast way to print it and you have stock, then you can just quickly get it out the door.
Yeah, you have the confidence to deliver, right? So the most important part is, can you deliver it to your customer fast, and let them know where you have your masks, where they're coming from, let them know that you have them available, and they're going to ship right away, and they're going to get them in a certain amount of time. That way that you keep your brand equity and your brand loyalty to your customers. Also, you're not damaging that either, right? So good quality products is always important. All right. So we've been on here for about an hour, guys. So thank you guys for being here. Reach out to us. Make sure you take advantage of the offer. And we're going to be working hard to release products to help you guys through this stuff. Comment, share, let us know what you need from us so that we can help you push through and thrive during this whole thing. Again, Victor Pena with OmniPrint, Edgar and Sergio. Thank you guys all for being here, and we'll see you soon.